What's up guys, Bloodshed here. Today we're going to talk about the Barbarian Raekor charge bar build slash Greater Rift build slash Rift build, all that stuff for Diablo 3 Season 8 patch 2.4.2. Now in my last bar video we mostly focused on the 6-piece IK. Now this is going to be the 6-piece Raekor. So the big differences between the two builds is that the 6-piece IK focuses more on charge damage, and the 6-piece Raekor, which is what we're covering today, focuses more on the Ancient Spear Boulder Toss rune. So you've seen it, right? Like we've used it in previous builds. The Ancient Spear Boulder Toss expends your remaining fury for tons of damage, okay? So throw a giant boulder that expends all remaining fury to deal 20% weapon damage for every point of fury expended to enemies within 9 yards of the impact location. So fury equals boulder toss damage. So right away, we're gonna obviously put it in our Paragon, and you wanna get it wherever you can get it, especially on your weapon, super important. So we're definitely gonna want maximum fury. We can get it on like mighty belts, mighty weapons, and things like that. So be on the lookout for the secondary abilities just to kind of boost your damage further. Expending that much fury also helps the 4-piece Immortal King bonus, which we're also gonna be wearing in the build. It reduces the cooldown for Wrath of the Berserker and Call the Ancients by 3 seconds for every 10 fury you spend. So we're going to be constantly dumping fury for Boulder Toss, so you're going to have permanent Wrath of the Berserker, perma Call the Ancients, and things like that. It's pretty great. Another main thing that the 6-piece bonus does for Raekor is every use of Furious Charge gives your next fury spending attack 750% increased damage. So as you're charging around the rift, you're going to see your stacks are going to go up, you know, 5, 10, 15, 25, all that stuff. But you're only going to be able to use 5 stacks at a time. So you pretty much know as long as you have 5 or more, when you're dumping your boulder toss, you're only going to be consuming 5 stacks. And you want to pretty much only throw it on 5 stacks majority of the time. You want to obviously look out for Oculus Ring procs and things like that to further boost your damage. Another thing that's going to help boulder toss and increase it by another 150% is the Skuluar's Salvation. Increase the damage of Ancient Spear by 100% when it hits 5 or fewer enemies. Okay, so it's great for Rift Guardians. And we're also using the 300th Spear in the cube. Increase the damage of Weapons Throw and Ancient Spear by 60%. Ancient Parthian Defenders, you can put them in the cube, or you can wear Skuluar's, whichever one you have better. I had a really bad Parthian, so I put them in the cube, and I had an Ancient Skuluar, so I'm wearing them. And you want physical damage, okay? So with the IK6 charge barb, you want fire damage, and with the 6-piece Raekor, you want physical damage. You want to be on the lookout for that. You can see we're wearing 3-piece IK and 5-piece Raekor with the Ring of Royal Grandeur. That's going to give us the 6-piece bonus and the 4-piece bonus respectively. We're using Focus and Restraint as well. Super good combo since we are using fury generating attacks and spending attacks at the same time. White gems in your gear, white gem in the helmet for CDR. Esoteric Alteration is my favorite defensive gem, and then I use Bane of the Trapped and then Bane of the Stricken. So those are the 3 gems that I use in this Greater Rift build, and this is the same setup I used to farm rifts with. If you are speed farming rifts, you can swap out Esoteric or Stricken, probably Stricken, for a Bane of the Powerful. So this character and everything this is here on season 8, and so far so good. We got lots of progress. We're about 672 Paragon, so let's get into the Paragon really quick. Yeah, so I would do maximum fury first, then movement speed, then strength, critical hit chance, then critical hit damage, then CDR attack speed. For defense, I would do resist all, and then life percent, and then armor, and then life regeneration. Utility, we don't need our CR, so I would do area damage, then life per hit, then gold fine, then reduce resource costs, because it doesn't really matter. So this is the build here. You can see the passives I went with: Ruthless, Rampage, Berserker Rage, Animosity. If it's new season and you don't have a Hellfire, just use whatever good amulet you have. I happen to get a decent Nerves of Steel Hellfire amulet. So Nerves of Steel is going to be the 5th passive that you choose. So it's like a cheat death passive, so you want to get that as soon as possible. Hellfire amulets are really easy to farm nowadays, so get on that train. You can see Ancient Spear Boulder Toss, Merciless Assault rune so we get our charges back. So this is the speed farm variation, and I just pretty much switch sprint around. That's the only thing that I actually do change in the build. So if you want to run some GRs, I would swap out sprint for Warcry, Veteran's Warning, which is really strong. Just like so. Now you have a Greater Rift build, and that's pretty much the only thing that changes. Sprint's not even necessary. I don't know, I just like having that extra speed boost just to get around, and one charge and you get a lot of fury. Wrath of the Berserker Insanity, Call the Ancients Together as One, Battle Rage Bloodshed. These are all kind of standard abilities. But Animosity, don't swap this out. This is really good. Increase your maximum fury by 20. And what we talked about earlier is, you know, fury equals damage, okay? So you don't want to sleep on Animosity. It's a really good passive. And that's pretty much going to be it for the build. You just charge around, build up your stacks. You're going to throw Boulder Toss when available. You know, look out for Oculus Ring procs. You might have to come up with some clever mechanics when it comes to Rift Guardians. Like what you saw earlier in the video, I was line of sighting Blighter, charging him in, throwing the Boulder Toss, running away. You know, you have to kind of find ways to survive and build up your charge stacks for Boulder Toss, right? So you definitely, there is a big learning curve with the build as you get higher and higher on the Greater Rifts. But I'm sure you guys will be alright. If you have any questions, hit me up on twitch.tv/bloodshed or ask me down below. Both are great options. I'm maining Barb this season, so you might see a few different Barb variations of builds popping in on the channel, and then I'll probably go back to doing general videos again, news coverage and such. Big shout out, of course, to all my patrons out there. Today I want to say a special thank you to Mr. Heavy Boots. Thanks, man. Thanks for the support as always. It's a new Patreon perk that I'm doing for my Blood Brother tier supporters, where I just give them a little name shout out, like one per video. So yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate the support. I wanted to get this video out just because I get lots of questions all day on stream, like, Blood, what are you pushing with? What's your Greater Rift build? Hopefully this clears up some of the questions. And that's going to be all for me today, guys. This is the Bloodshed. And I'm out of here. These endings are getting more dramatic as time goes on. Peace.